baby, you're crazy. Cause baby, you're crazy.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another LucasVision video, and I want to welcome each and every one of you straight back to my channel and straight back to another Eurovision 2022 semi-final video. Now guys, this pretty much runs in theme with the other video I had. Yes, this is part 2, baby. In this mini-series, I'm going to be giving you my top picks for the semi-finals versus my predictions, because as we all know, your personal taste is often different to who you predict will get through to the grand final of the competition in May. If you have missed out on my top picks versus my top predictions, please click that link up the top and it will take you straight to the video. I don't want you missing out on your favourite semi-final, but guys, it must be said, there is always a bloodbath in Eurovision, and semi-final 2 is that bloodbath for me. Let me know which one of these semi-finals is your fave, and it's a very, very difficult one, because I know there are so many different tastes out there, and what I might love, you might absolutely hate. So fill me in the comment section, guys. I can't wait to get stuck into your thoughts. But it's time to do this. First up, I'm going to be giving you my top 10 of semi-final 2 due to my personal tastes. So let's do this. Oh, it's time to be frank. Let's rank. Okay guys, so you're watching my top picks, which are my top 10 in reverse order to who I really want to progress to the final. And this is all down to my personal taste. And this will be a very, very brief sum up, so buckle in folks, it's going to be a bumpy ride. 10th place, I really want Finland to progress to the final because it hits differently. It is a mood. We need the rock genre in Eurovision 2022. And Finland are renowned for the greatest rock alive. They are a vibe, they are a mood, and I'm fully behind them. Team Rasmus. In 9th place, I have Azerbaijan. I think this is an absolute moment, and I think it's going to be performed with so much conviction, amazing vocal, great melodic values, and it has a hook that will get stuck in your head. So emotional. 8th place, Estonia, baby. This song has really grown on me. My first reaction wasn't too keen, but now that hook and that chorus gets lodged in my brain and it lives there rent-free. I think it's very atmospheric, and I love the country and western vibes. Now in 7th place, we have Sweden. Love, love, love Cornelia Jacobs. This song, Hold Me Closer, just hits you right in the heart. It's sung with so much passion. The rasp to her vocal really gives me brividi. I think it's iconic, and it's nice to see Sweden send something a little bit less polished and a little bit more raw. 6th place, we have Israel. Now I know this is not to everybody's taste, and it can come across as a little bit narcissistic. However, this song is a vibe and it's a mood, and I can completely see past the lyrical content. I think it's more empowerment and confident, and I love that it is telling you to express yourself and be yourself, because you are blooming amazing, folks. I kind of feel like they're out-Swedening Sweden this year. Great little hook in there, great breakdown, and I think it is a bop. 5th place, I have Georgia. I absolutely stan Georgia this year. I think it is so different. It gives me ska vibes. It is just another genre to really show off the diversity of Eurovision. The group are an absolute mood. The song has so many hooks in there. Engaged throughout the entirety, and I know that's not a popular opinion, but I'm past caring now. 4th place, Poland, folks. Oh, this song gets me every time. That voice is like silk. It's like caramel. It deserves to go through just based on the talent, to be honest. But it is a song that does get lodged in your brain, and I welcome it, to be honest. You can come in my head anytime. 3rd place, Bronze Trophy, Guilty Pleasure alert. Actually, no, it's not a guilty pleasure. I unapologetically love this. It's Romania! Hola mi bebe. This is such a trashy song, and I realise this, but I absolutely stan. One of my faves this year, and I just hope Europe love it as much as I do. This is going to be an absolute party on stage, and I welcome it. 2nd place, we have Belgium. Oh, it's nice to see Belgium take a little bit of a different route. Yes, there are still dark pop elements within this song, but it is so much more contemporary and so much more commercial, but not too much on the other side of commercial. This reminds me of Neo. It reminds me of an old school R&B retro vibe with a real modern edge. Love it. Love the soulful vibes. So catchy. It's a jam. But in 1st place, I have put Czech Republic, baby! Spinning around in my peripheral. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Oh, I love this song. It is a party from start to end. Really keeps my attention, keeps me enticed throughout the majority of the song, and it's an absolute banger, let's not forget that. We Are Domi, we are awesome. But moving on swiftly. Thanks for keeping up with my weirdness for that section, guys. Now moving on swiftly, that was my top picks for the semi-final 2. Now we are moving on to my predictions, and this list is very, very different. So buckle in, folks. It is going to be another bumpy ride. This is all based on who I think will progress as opposed to my personal tastes. Nothing to do with the running order. Today it is running order 3. This is just based on the musicality. And it is in no particular order. So let's do this. Let's rank. So in no particular order, we have Azerbaijan. Love this song. I think the public are really going to connect to it. And I think its main competition in semi-final 2 is Australia. Because both songs are sung with so much sentiment. It's a male singing a heartfelt ballad and they're both so emotional. And there is a genuine and authentic feel to the ballad. However, I feel like this just picks Australia because the hook is so much more attainable, whereas Australia is a little bit more out of the box. I do think Azerbaijan has this in the bag. Coming up next, I have Czech Republic. We Are Dummy, yet again my favourite from semi-final 2. I think they have no problem progressing to the final, just because it is the only song in semi-final 2 that is EDM and so upbeat and bouncy. Running order not taken into consideration, I haven't looked at it yet, but I think it really does break up the musicality within this semi-final. It is different, it's standalone, and I think it's really going to make an impact. Next up, Sweden, mainly because everybody loves Sweden. Sweden deliver year in, year out, and this year is no exception. I just love that it's more raw and personal, but also it's produced very, very highly. So those two together, recipe for success, baby. Now, I also think Poland will qualify for the final because, like I've said before, that voice is absolutely stunning. It is a great song and it is memorable as well. There are so many male-dominated ballads within this, and I do feel like Poland is one of the best ones. I think it is going to sail through. Next up, I think Estonia is going to qualify because I think it is such a strong track. I think it has a mixture of mid-tempo ballad and fast-paced elements to it, but altogether it does keep you on your toes, and there's so much diversity within the track, from the hooks to the verses to the musicality. I think it is one to remember, and I think it's going to do so well. Next up, I think Cyprus is going to qualify for the grand final just because of its ethnic flair. It is so different, and I think it will really make an impact. I think this is one of the most ethnic songs that we have at Eurovision this year, and I think it is different. When I think of Eurovision, I think of a song like this. Ethnic elements, catchy tune, good hook in there. It is such a vibe. And it's more of your easy listening track, which I really appreciate. Next up, I think Australia will qualify to the grand final. Yes, I know that I've said there are better male-driven ballads within this competition, but this, you can tell it is sung with so much authenticity. The vocal is absolutely sublime, and the emotional factor in this, I think it's really going to grasp a wide audience, and I think it's going to do so well. Come through, Australia. Don't get me wrong, there's a slight gimmick within the song. I understand the mask unveiling and things like that, but I do think it's something people will remember. I put Israel. Yes, I realise that I said people can look at this and think it's a bit narcissistic, but at the end of the day, it's an absolute tune. And personally, no, I do not like the fluty elements within the song, but I think it is memorable, and your casual fan will really like that. I think they will find an ethnic element in that and really stick to it. It is very personality driven. Michael Ben David delivers. He is a diva. Great vocal, great personality, great choreography. That man has it all, and he is going to absolutely rock it. He smashes it every single time he performs it, and I have 100% faith in him. Next up, I think Finland will make it through because it does stand out compared to the other entries. This is another amazing rock song, and I think this might be the only rock song in semi-final 2, if I'm not mistaken. It will stand out. The Rasmus are well known around Europe, so they have that going for them, and also it hits a bit differently. It's not a rock song that is boof, 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 right in your face, but it's not bland either. It has a great mid-tempo feel to it, and I think it's going to do exceedingly well, especially with the screen work they've got. The staging that I've seen so far, so good, and the animated character in the background really gives the audience something to attain and grab to remember. And last but certainly not least, I think Serbia will make it through to the grand final because the popularity this song has around Europe is second to none. People absolutely love it. Now, the casual fan, I'm not entirely sure if they are going to get the song, but people that take the time to look into this and listen to the narrator, I think they're really going to connect to the message, and they're really going to think what a prominent and relevant message that this lady is spreading around Europe. And good on her. It's got a great little hook in there. The chorus, yes, I admit to all of you commenters out there, it does now live in my head rent-free. And she's just a great personality. There's something about the performance that's mesmerising and it is quite hypnotic, and yeah, it is growing on me slowly but surely. Serbia has me beat. Right guys, so there was my top picks versus my predictions for semi-final 2. Now it is time to just briefly tell you why I think the remaining countries will not qualify. This is not based on my personal taste, because there are entries in here that are in my top 10. So I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown to why I think they won't qualify. No particular order. Belgium. I kind of on the fence with Belgium a little bit, just because it is attainable, it is retro, it does have a great soulful edge to it, but I kind of feel like it is a little bit wishy-washy and not quite there in terms of the other songs that could go through to the grand final. Montenegro, mainly because it is another ballad. There are so many ballads within this competition, and to me this is kind of the most forgettable one. Apologies if you're a Montenegro fan, but in comparison to the others, is it up to bar? Will it be remembered? I think running order will really impact if this qualifies or not. Then we have one of my babies, Romania. I realise how tacky this song is, guys, and I don't think it is going to be very popular. I don't think it's popular within the fandom already, and I feel like it is a grower. To me, it was a shower, but I do feel like it is going to take a few listens to really get in people's heads, and I don't think they're going to appreciate it just as much as I do. Sorry. Then we have North Macedonia, another ballad. Don't get me wrong, this is a power ballad, and I do feel like it is just not going to qualify. This might be a close call for North Macedonia. I love the emotional content within this song, but maybe it comes across as a little bit preachy. Do you know what I mean? Maybe a little bit too much. I think it's a great song though, and I hope it does qualify. Next up, Ireland, a little bit of a trashy pop song. I would love to see Ireland qualify, because this was my number 11 to all of the songs that I wanted to get through to the grand final. I think the drop is so impactful. Unfortunately, 11 songs can't qualify. I wish they could, because this is my number 11. But I feel like people will compare it to the other tracks available, and then I think it's not going to hit them like the others do. It kind of gives me a soap vibe. From Germany, 12 points. Radio friendly, commercial, but a bit generic. San Marino, I don't think San Marino are going to get through this time, guys. I think Finland, when it comes to rock, are superior to San Marino. This one, the hook doesn't get stuck in my head just as much as Finland does. I love the pop culture references within the track, and I think he's an absolute vibe and he's a great personality on stage. He has his own aesthetic and he owns it. But I feel like there's a connection issue between him and the audience. And I'm not sure if that comes through his personality or within the melodic values of the song. Now this one absolutely breaks my heart, but I don't think Malta is going to get through. Oh, it's such a wholesome song. I absolutely love it. But it is a bit wishy-washy, and it does come across as a little bit tacky compared to the other songs. I do think it comes across as a little bit preachy. We have so many songs in semi-final 2 that are all about expressing yourself and be who you are, and you own it and you live your life. And unfortunately, this is the most preachy out of them. Do you know what I mean? And last but not least, Georgia. I told you this was a bloodbath. I love Georgia, but I understand this is not to everybody's taste. And I'm probably in the minority by saying I absolutely love this, but can't be helped. I like what I like. Come for me. I just feel like this is going to be lost on so many people, and a lot of people might think this is actually a joke entry, especially when we look at the artist's aesthetic and what they've previously done. I think people will look at this and think it's a joke. Right guys, there we have it. There was my top 10 top picks and my top 10 predictions to who I think will make it through to the grand final from semi-final 2 of Eurovision 2022. What did you think? Do you think semi-final 2 is as much as a bloodbath as I do? Or is it not your fave? Let me know all of your top 10s down below, your top 10 picks and your top 10 predictions. And let me know if you are really scared for one of your faves, because I am for several. I can't wait to get stuck into your comments. But that is all from me today, guys, and all from this video. If you are loving the semi-final content, hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget that bell. That way you can stay up to date with all of the other videos I have coming out on this channel, and you won't miss a single trick. But that is all from me today, guys, and also for me to say is thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.